this time. All right, let's just jump into it. Sorry, YouTube. You guys probably got that one a little too soon as well. Oh gosh, the more copyrighted thing ever. Also, I need my desktop audio on. There we go.
霧の箱に入った左手のミイラ。カンバルが亡き母から託されたそれを初めて使ったのは小学4年生の時だったという。
足が速くなりたいです。
その頃、両親が亡くなって転校したばかりのカンバルはクラスに馴染めず、また足が遅かったこともあってよくからかわれていた。そこで近く行われる運動会の徒競走で一等を取ればみんなの自分を見る目も変わるんじゃないか、そう思っての願いだったそうだ。化け物に襲われていたのはカンバルが徒競走で一緒に走る4人の生徒たちだった。翌日、その生徒たちは揃って欠席したそうだ。カンバルはすぐにジェイコブズの猿の手に行き当たった。
You telling me that she killed the other 4 competitors? Bro, are you telling me that she quite literally... Fuck, dude. You telling me that she's like, they're better runners than me. Gotta take him out. It's free real estate. How can you have people better than you if they're all dead, right? Damn, dude. F in the chat for this, dude. What the fuck? That's wild. Holy shit, the more I think about it, the worse it gets, dude. Yes, have I done therapy or counseled teenagers and kids that have done some stuff like this? Yeah, actually, yeah. Surprisingly, yeah. What is the best way I can put it? Bakemonogatari, that is really dark. But the best way I can put it, a majority of the times, what you end up finding out is a lot of kids or a lot of individuals like this, it tends to come from their own childhood. Like, a lot of people, your environment, lack of attention or lack of, how to put it, of appropriate resources or care can often lead you to make really, really bad decisions. Like, say that you have an explosive, like, mood disorder, right? Where any little thing triggers you and you just explode with all of your emotions because people tell you that that's how you're supposed to react. And your parents or your loved ones, caregivers, whoever's close to you, don't put a limit on it. Up to what extent can you go, right? Or if they do put a limit on it, but they don't care about physical violence, up to what level is there that intervention, right? And that's probably one of the biggest things that I can get to. Like, if this kid were to come to me, or if this was like a court-ordered case, where it's like, hey, this kid just got out of juvie or jail or prison or whatever, and we were having like counseling about it, the first thing I'd say is like, where are your parents? You know, how involved are your parents in your life? And who are your idols and what does that work like, you know? Because a lot of people, I'll be straight up with you, a lot of people that seem to fall into this weird trap of, how do I put it? Of not having limits or crossing boundaries, emotional tensei or whatever, is because of weird pedestal work. Not having... Dagger. But yeah, a majority of this comes from like weird pedestal work. Like, where do you quite literally, who do you put on a pedestal and why? What does this mean to you? You know? For example, if you like a girl and you're putting her on a pedestal, right? And you're making her out to be this extreme maiden from Elden Ring, you know? But yet this Elden Lord comes over and steals your maiden. Congratulations, you know, you played yourself. Was she your maiden in the first place? I don't think so, you know? Would she even interact with you in the first place in that matter? Probably not. You just put her up to maiden status, you know? So it's sort of that regard of like, hey, where are you in the situation in this part of your life? Right? Maidenless again, exactly, Vanodian. Where are you in this part of your life? What interventions have been used? Why have they been used? What's worked and what hasn't? And also, what were you thinking or what did you do during this time period? Which is huge. It's absolutely huge. Anyway.
そして その内容の恐ろしさに背が震えたそうだ。
Yeah, I got it, guys. Don't worry. There we go.
普通に考えれば一つ目の願いをキャンセルしたいとミイラに願うしかないだろう。けれどミイラのことを調べていたカンバルにはそれが怖かった。二つ目の願いがどのような形で叶えられてしまうか分かったものではないからだ。その翌日、徒競走の練習の際にカンバルは前の4人とは別の5人の生徒たちと一緒に走ることになった。
Bruh.
だから私は走った。速くなるための努力をした。そのまま何もしないでいたら何が起こるかは火を見るより明らかだった。
カンバルは陸上部に入らなかった。猿の手に願った願いがいつまで効力を持っているかわからない以上、自分より速いかもしれない人間がいるところに身を置くわけにはいかなかったからだ。
That seems like a total fucking commercial for a fucking Nike, or like Adidas shoes or some shit like that, dude. There's always bigger fish.
ある日、私の評判を聞いて千丈ヶ原先輩が体育館にやってきた。千丈ヶ原先輩は陸上部のエースだったから、足が速いと評判の私を見に来てくれたんだ。そして非公式でいいから100メートル走をしようと誘われた。それを断らざるを得なかったのは本当に辛かったな。素敵な先輩だった。一目惚れこそはしなかったが、話すようになって3日目にはもう千丈ヶ原先輩のことを好きになっていた。
Just do it.
千丈ヶ原先輩に癒されていたのだ。
それからカンバルはミイラのことを意識から外せるようになったらしい。だがそれでも発作的にミイラを使ってしまいたいという衝動に駆られることはあった。バスケットボールの試合で強豪に当たった時、友達とひどい喧嘩をした時、そして
千丈ヶ原先輩に拒絶された時。
How do I put this in a kind way? Oftentimes when you quite literally build a whole schema or persona around, we don't gotta go that far. You have a lot of crystal people, the crystal girls. You guys know which ones I'm talking about. The ones, even some weird, apparently therapists that use tarot cards, which is, if you ever go to a therapist and who's using tarot cards for some weird stuff that isn't directed to therapy and without your permission, get another therapist, Joe. Ask for another therapist, especially if it's in a community health setting or something like that, dude. Please, throwing that out there. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is, like, whenever people assert themselves to one particular thing, it takes a really big action for them to come out of it. I don't know how to put it. Like, for example, individuals that all they've done for their entire life is pretty much fight, martial arts, whatever. Even for myself in that regard, right? I teach martial arts some weeks, or some days, rather well said. It's a weekly thing. And, do pretty much from the ground up, right? And if this is quite literally my mentality, or this is like my persona, what I'm defined as, so on and so forth, what would it take for me to actually get out of that? Or pull out of that? Especially if I know that, like, I'm hurting other people or stuff like that. Anyone want to take a guess? What is often a thing that takes most people out of, like, sports, for example? A big-ass injury, right? Any type of injury or any type of ability or excuse to stop you from doing the activity that, like, either you like to do or that you're prone to or that your identity is built. Which is huge. It's absolutely fucking huge if you think about it in that way, because it's quite literally shifting your environment. And then people will ask you, why are you depressed, right? Unless you've been actually searching for that change. Like, if an athlete that gets hurt can no longer do the sport that they want to do, bro, of course you're going to go into a big-ass depression. That's like, changing your environment. It's changing the way that you're thinking, changing the way that you're talking. Well, why am I saying this, right? I'm saying this because quite literally when it comes to a situation like this, where, they brought it up in the previous episodes about them two sort of being like people that like, people looked up to them as like the combo or whatever. So you already have this weird persona that you built up. You have this weird pedestal work that's been built up. This weird attachment that's already there. So then something big, aside from Ara Ara-kun, needs to come in order for this shit to change. This happens in everyone's life. In any situation, you just don't change magically from one day to another. Something comes into your life that quite literally gets you thinking about change, or changes it overnight. And that's the big factor that you have to start like taking into consideration in case you're ever like, maybe shit needs to start changing in my life, you know?
結局ミイラを使ったことはなかった。その頃にはお母さんが私にミイラを託したのは、困難にあっても自分の力だけで対処できる人間になってほしいと思っていたからだと分かっていたからだ。
カンバルは黙って戦場ヶ原から身を引いた。ミイラに願えば当時戦場ヶ原が抱えていた秘密を解決することができたかもしれないけれど、それもしなかった。でもその1年後、カンバルは僕のことを知ってしまった。戦場ヶ原のそばにいる僕を見てしまった。
The heck?
いつ切り箱からミイラを取り出したのか、カンバルにはもうわからないそうだ。そして左手首までしかなかったはずのミイラがどうして肘の部分まで伸びてしまっているのかということにすら全く考えが及ばず、そして気がつけば。
So let me guess, it's slowly trying to take over her. Yeah. So if you wish on it, if you don't use it, or if you use it, it starts taking over you in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. That's sort of what I'm guessing. That's a pretty big shit, It's a pretty big thing overall. Quite literally fucking terrifying if you think about it. Like, yeah, but I bet you the third wish isn't I want to be a monkey, dude. Or some weird shit like that, So I'm just curious, man. It is like a monkey paw, but I am just genuinely curious as to like, did you make a wish to cancel out the other wishes, or do you just have to fucking break this shit? Like, where do we go from here, Ah, great. Do not take me over. Reality glitches out. Yeah, something like that, right, Master? Or if the wish was like, I wish that I didn't make the first wish. Is it all powerful enough to do that? And if not, it can't complete the wish, so it fails? Do like a weird omnipotence test on it. Like, first wish, I want to have I want to have all the the biggest strength in the world to be able to carry the strongest or heaviest rock ever, and then make a rock so heavy that nobody could lift it up. Boom, there you go. What can you actually create? Good way of testing out limits. Because if it can't do it, then would it cancel out your wish? Because technically it didn't work. Tip of the day. Tip of the day. If it was a monkey paw, though. If it was a monkey paw, how do you explain that to your loved one or someone that you're dating? Hey, yo, forewarning. If you ever do something I don't like, you might end up dead. Like, bro, how do you even form any attachments with that, That's the best way that I can put it out there, Like, how do you even care about anything like that? I don't know, dude. Like, how do you build up a big care, like overstrength or using those big paws, Especially if you're a guy, I'd kind of be afraid of that grip. But anyway. I just thought about elephantitis, yeah. This is gonna sound fucked up, but I kind of wished at this point in the story, Oshino would just dip. Sounds fucked up, but I kind of just wish he would dip so that it's like, hey, Ara-kun, why are you trying to solve everyone's fucking issues, dude? Not to sound fucked up or anything. It's awesome that he's being empathetic and whatnot, but at some point, you need to be able to take care of yourself. You know, like you need to start putting your life in motion and stop using everyone else as an excuse to not progress yourself in that regard, or stop using everyone else to try and progress yourself in that regard. I don't know, man. I'd find it interesting. I'd kind of want to see how he's like by himself and that, like, you know, just trying to find his own. He just clocks out too many, dude. Too many. You only got two, dude. You're only supposed to get two, but damn, too many times. What's up, Geek Me? How you doing? I'll lend you a hand. So funny, dude. Oh, comedy awards. Yeah, essentially. Hey, yo, I wouldn't even complain at this point. Hey, fuck, chop that shit off, man. Give me a badass bionic arm. You know, make me a bionicle. Fuck it, dude. At this point in time, you can do a lot more tricks with that bionic arm, dude. But no, I don't know, dude. That's sort of a big extremity inside of that. Or maybe like it's a metaphorical thing as usual. Because that's what this show mostly tends to be, especially with the weird framing on this and how, I don't know, he just seems to have a significant amount of knowledge when it comes to these creatures of the dark. Yes, Dagger, yes. Nah, dude. I mean, it kind of does make you run faster if you don't have any competitors. You'll probably get the fastest time in that meet, you know? Yeah, dude.
もちろんそんなことを願ったのは無意識のうちだったんだとは思うぜ。本人の自覚としては足が速くなりたいと願ったに違いない。だがそれは表で裏は違う。その願いの裏には同級生をぶちのめしてやりたいという暗い願望があったのさ。そして無意識とはいえ、お嬢ちゃんには本当のところは分かっていたはず。
Imagine how fucked up this would be if you're a martial artist, dude. And if you had this shit and your thing was to quite literally be the best or beat the competition, right? In what way would this fucking work, dude? Would it quite literally turn you into a monkey paw in that regard? But your wish is in contingent with everything, and it's not to kill, it's quite literally to beat up your competition. You know, but then how far would it take it? Yeah, your video might be a little choppy or a little delayed for whatever reason, man. I don't know. It's usually like a couple seconds behind or some shit. I don't know, dude. Yeah, similar like to an ability to never miss, but what if you purposely miss? You know, that's what I'm talking about. Limit testing shit, dude. It's great.
けれど自分で認めたくないからその現象に別の解釈を求めた。それが猿の手。同級生を襲うという意に沿わぬ形で願いが叶ったのは猿の手のせいで、あくまで自分の意思じゃないという精神的言い訳。
でも推しの
何の確証があってそんなことを言うんだって思うかい、荒木君。そんなの話を聞けば良然じゃないか。お嬢ちゃんのその腕、小学生の時はどうなっていたんだい。お嬢ちゃんは次の日教室に行って4人の欠席を知るまでことが起きていることには気づかなかったんだろう。もしお嬢ちゃんの左手が今みたいな煙くじゃらになっていたら
Aw.
何かが起きていることくらいには気づくはずなのに。でもさっきの話にそんな話は出てこなかったよね。つまり怪異は一晩お嬢ちゃんが気づかないうちにお嬢ちゃんの左手に同化して同級生をぶちのめし、お嬢ちゃんの願いを叶えたんだ。そして怪異はお嬢ちゃんが気づかないうちにお嬢ちゃんの左手から離れたんだろう。左手首が左腕になったのは願いを叶えて得たその魂の分だけ成長したってことだろうさ。
Hey, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's taking over your soul or your body.
加害者の言い訳を信じるなんて本当に人がいいよね。
He's too innocent, dude.
大好きな先輩を寝取った男、殺したいくらいに嫉妬したとしてもおかしくはないだろうさ。荒木君の襲撃はお嬢ちゃんの意に沿わぬものだったんじゃない。荒木君を襲撃することこそがお嬢ちゃんの意志だったのさ。
Oh, what a good breakpoint. Yeah, guys, with something or anything like that in general, I don't know, dude. It would raise up my fucking awareness to that point. It's like you don't need to be Oshino to realize that like there's a lot of weird shit that's happening, and specifically with Arakun, I think that there's I don't know how else to put it. He's a character that, although I like as a character, I would not like as a friend. And this might come off a little weird, right? Because as a friend, you need people that are able to call out your bullshit. And sometimes you need to figure out shit for yourself, right? Like this is going to sound rude. This is going to sound rude in every single way. But sometimes in life, you know, yeah, you can vent it out. All of that's 110% okay. Right. But sometimes in this weird theory and weird evolution that we call life, we literally need to struggle with some things by our own in order to be able to like realize you need to experience the lows to see the highs. You know, sometimes those valleys are what enable you to see the hills, you know, so when you're on the top of a hill, you know that you're there, you know, and that's probably one of the biggest aspects that I can. Oh, that's fine. Senjugahara can disapprove of whatever I say. You know, I'm sorry, but comparing, you know, myself to an individual that'll put a stapler in your mouth and staple if you don't fucking follow what she says, I think I'm the healthier choice, Dark Thug. But no, like, when it comes to a solution like that, dude, like, Arakun is definitely, I don't know. Hi, Twinkie Hut. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the show, you know. But But Senjogahara is cool. I'm not saying anything bad about Senjogahara in general, but it's like I feel in this situation she needs to be really fucking crystal clear, cut the cord with this, what she does, what she thinks, especially with this girl. She needs to come out, be fucking 110% clear, lay the boundaries, snuff out any weird things, you know, maybe even slap her if she has to. There has to be a big confrontational moment. Other than that, Arara-kun really needs to, like, in a real life scenario, this is how people get walked all over, dude. This is how you hear a lot of situations of people being taken advantage of in more than one aspect. You can be one of the nicest individuals in the world, and I will always 110%, any therapist, any good psychologist. Yeah, we are talking about anime, brother. We're talking. we're watching Bakemonogatari, dude. But any good psychologist will quite literally tell you, like, you need to be able to fend for yourself in scenarios when you don't have any other people around you. And even when you have other people around you, you should still be independent enough to try and make your own solutions before, like, reaching out and helping others. You can't have a 100% health bar and give everyone that you see 20%, dude. You're going to run out of energy quickly. You're not going to be able to do shit. So, super important, you know? Anyway.
お、待ちかねたよ、荒木くん。思ったより時間がかかったみたいだね。
ああ、ちょっとギリギリの基準が分かりにくかったからさ。少し足りないかもしれないけど、でも飲ませすぎるよりはいいだろう。僕にとっても忍にとっても。
荒木くんはこれから悪魔とクンズホグレツの大立ち回りを演じなくちゃならないんだからさ。そんな気を回している場合じゃないと思うぜ。スレスレまで引き出したところでそんな勝率の高い勝負でもないと思うぜ。いくら相手は左腕だけだとは言ってもさ。
契約か。それで悪魔がおとなしく魔界高に帰ってくれればいいんだけどな。
大丈夫だよ。それくらいは保証してあげる。いいかい、荒木くん。契約は果たせなければ無効になる。悪魔がお嬢ちゃんの願いを叶えられなければお嬢ちゃんの願いも無効になるさ。
つまり僕が悪魔に殺されなければか。
そういうこと。
No, I don't think so. Just continue from there.
今の荒木くんが今の忍ちゃんに限界まで血を与えてパワーアップしたとしても、荒木くんが吸血鬼だった春休みの頃の10分の1くらいの能力しか発揮できないと思うよ。
So you're telling me this entire time when we were talking about limit testing and, like, creating big fucking dangers and you know, improbable odds for this shit, like, it would absolutely null and void this shit? Like, we found a solution to this thing in, like, episode 1 or damn, guys, I'm kind of feeling proud of us, chatters.
随分な数字だな。だからって忍ちゃん本人の力を借りようとしたらダメだよ。そうなると脅しじゃなく本当にお嬢ちゃんの腕を切り落とすしかなくなる。荒木くんが退治するから意味を持つんだから。まあカバンとか貴重品とかは預かっといてあげるよ、荒木くん。そんなもの持ったままじゃ動きにくいだろ。
悪いな。じゃあちょっと待ってくれ。
一つだけいいかい、荒木くん。
なんだよ。
どうして自分を殺そうとした相手まで荒木くんは助けようとするんだい。
Finally, the right questions, guys.
荒木くんのことを憎むべき恋敵として捉えていたんだぜ。そもそも雨がっぱの正体がお嬢ちゃんだと分かった段階で荒木くんはどうしてお嬢ちゃんの話を聞こうなんて思ったの。
It's not muted.
その時点でお嬢ちゃんをすっ飛ばして僕のところに来るのが本当だっただろう
に。生きてりゃ誰かを憎むことくらいあるだろうさ。殺されるのはそりゃごめんだけれど、カンバルが戦場を
Yeah.
てたっていうのが僕を憎む理由だっていうのなら別に許せるしさ。
あっそう。 ま、それが荒木くんの決めたことならそれでいいんだけれどね。全然構わないさ。僕の知ったことじゃない。じゃあ荒木くん、お嬢ちゃんに力貸してあげなよ。言っとくけど、中に入ったらことが終わるまでもう出
Oh
られないから
shit, dude.
内側から絶対に扉開かなくなっちゃうから。もちろん何があっても僕や忍ちゃんが助けに現れるなんてことはないから。忘れないでね。
Well, that fucking sucks, dude.
いいよ。
Have a good night, Theo. Bro, Elden Ring strats, dude. You gotta dodge. You gotta roll, brother.
Yo.
You're telling me. You're telling me it gave her enough time to go and get a fucking raincoat, come and chill in this dark room, and get fucking ready for this. They were just like, hey, you know what? Like, we threw her in there because, like, you know, they already started to transform. Nah, no, we let her go and get her fucking raincoat, you know, or whatever, her hoodie. Come back in here and get ready to fuck shit up, and then just wait in the darkness as we approached, you know? What the fuck, guys? I'm pretty sure anyone else would be like, yeah, about that. About that. Banana, what do you call a dating site for people over 90? I don't know, brother. What do you call a dating site for people over 90? She summoned the raincoat. Notmuchlonger.com. Fuck. That was pretty good, dude. That was pretty good. Notmuchlonger.com. Damn. I'm about to remember that one. I love stupid jokes, dude. Maybe she will have it with her all the time. Yeah, don't let her get the raincoat transformation. I mean, dude, it's like a Dragon Ball Z. If someone's powering up, dude, just stop them from powering up, you know? Just step on in there. It's that weird magical girl shit, you know, where you're transforming and everything just comes into you. That's funny though. That is quite funny. Also, thanks for chatting, Banana Coat or Banana BC. I'm not even calling you Banana Coat, dude. What the fuck? Rambo Bob? Yeah, man. Ooh. All right, you guys ready? I think I'm ready. I think I finally took that in. I finally processed just a random, like, you know, leaving her in the dark and shit. But anyway, let's go. Okay. My dude doesn't even know how to kick? What up? There you go. Never mind. I know, you need to learn the movesets and dodge. Stop being greedy, man. Yeah.
いや、カンバル、僕はそんなこと全然気にしてないって。
切り落とすならいい方法があるよ。忍ちゃんのブレードなら痛みを感じる暇もなく、その左腕を切断することが可能だろう。
There you go, dude.
今の忍ちゃんでもお嬢ちゃんの方。
Guys, don't okay. The way that he's explaining it, it sounds physical, but every single time we've learned the way that he talks, it's always like spiritually, right? So tell me, is it essentially, and this is sort of why I'm laughing, that this blade doesn't actually cut anything physical, but all things spiritual, so you'd only cut the spiritual part of like the arm that's taking over? And like this entire time they're talking about it as though it's like a physical attribute, like they're gonna take away her arm or some shit. My brain's just processing all this, and I'm like, dude, every single time we've been in a miscommunication is because of that aspect, you know? It can be a real sword, dude, but there's like spiritual swords and shit that are supposed to like not cut through physical properties or you know, cut through whatever, dude, you know? Like that's just funny, dude. That's just fucking funny.
黙ってろ星野。おいカンバル、そんな思い詰めるようなことじゃないだろ。お前が責任を感じることなんてちっともないんだ。これは全部猿の手じゃない。レイニーデビルとかいう怪異が元凶で。
怪異は願いを叶えただけだろう。求められたから与えただけだろう。ツンデレちゃんの時もそうだったんじゃないのかな。
構わない。
I mean, true.
先輩。
構うよ。構わないわけないだろ。何言ってんだよ。それに戦場ヶ原のことはどうするんだよ。僕はお前に戦場ヶ原と。
もういい。戦場ヶ原先輩のことももういい。もういいから諦めるから。
Yeah, Ada-Kun's had some fucking serious issues, man. Oh shit, dude. See, now I'm thinking if a chokehold would probably work better on her. See, now you guys took me away from like actually using like actually using like kicks and punches and shit to quite literally just put her in a submission, dude. Choke her out, you know? Fuck it, dude. That's the best way I can think about it.
随分とはしゃいでいるわね。私抜きで楽しそうね。荒垣くん、不愉快だわ。
戦場ヶ原。星野、僕の携帯を使ったのか。
荒垣くん、私に
Yeah, dude, you're fucking boundary crossing a lot. A lot.
中にぶつかったなんて私を騙してカンバルのことも秘密にして付き合う時約束しなかったっけ。そういうことをするのはなしにしようって。私たちは少なくとも怪異のことに関して
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna point to.
いや、
万死に値するわ。でもまあ荒木くんすでに1万回くらい死んだ後みたいだし特別に許してあげようかしら。荒木くん、どうせあなたのことだから自分が死ねば全部解決するとか間の抜けたことを思っていたんじゃないかしら。冗談じゃないわよ。荒木くんが死んだら私はどんな手を使ってでもカンバルを殺すに決まっているじゃない。荒木くん、私を殺人犯にするつもり？
お見通しか。まったく情の深い女だ。
What?
私が何より気に食わないのは荒木くんがたとえそんな体じゃなくとも同じ行為に身を投じていただろうということが
More than likely, yeah.
分かってしまうことよ。不死身の体におんぶに抱っこでこんなバカなことをやっているのだったらどうぞお好きなようにという感じなのだけれど荒木くんと来たら当たり前みたいに流れのまにまにそんなありさまになってしまってもうさっぱりね。まあ大きなお世話も余計なおせっかいもありがた迷惑も荒木くんにされるならそんなに悪くはないのかもしれないわ。
僕が
In a real-
カンバルの裏の願いの成就を不可能にしてしまうのが一つの方策であるとすれば、カンバルが
No, in a realistic sense, excuse all the fucking weird supernatural shit, because in a realistic sense, anyone would get fucking annoyed at people overstepping the boundary and trying to do shit for you repetitively. And also this kind of makes a weird and toxic situation where if like you're okay with people overriding that boundary line over and over again, like realistically, that is not a good thing. Can you imagine if people kept trying to tell you what the fuck to do, even though you've already set your way as to like what you're gonna go ahead and do? Like that would get annoying quite quickly. Even if you're open to it, you might be susceptible to change, and the power is in process of change in a realistic setting. This is what I'm saying. There are anime that are actually psychologically kind of linear and like take pretty good psychological elements, and there are some that just, you know, they're building a character. The best way that I can do it, they have a character and an archetype in mind. And that's the only way that they're going to go ahead and build out uh, that character and that specific trait, you know. But if I'm putting it in a realistic sense, you know, yeah, yeah. If we're putting it in a realistic sense, how many of you guys would be okay with something like that for your partner to constantly override or step in and cross boundaries? You know, I don't think that that would be okay. I think a majority of you guys would probably like be like, "What the fuck?" I know I'd be like, "What the fuck?" I'd probably call them out on their shit. And be like, "Yo, there's boundaries for a reason. I'm doing my own shit. You need to do your own shit as well." Like that's what makes a relationship work. It's that communication, you know. But yeah, yeah, this is the whole thing about pedestal work and stuff. Well, I'm sure character development keeps going, but archetypes, this is why it's super duper important. Like, you can tell a story, you can tell a lot about a character in a couple of episodes, right? And their growth and their struggles and whatnot. And quite literal, like literally have like little growths and stops, growths and stops, growths and stops. Because it's like realistic. And this isn't a realistic setting. I'm not shitting on any big whatever, right? But if it takes a long time to get from point A to point B and you're still seeing the toxicity in it every single time that it's being presented, by the time you get to point Z, it's going to be like, we already saw that coming, you know? Like, it's okay, dude. Like, big difference, you know? But yeah, that's just the best way I could put it. In a realistic setting, individuals like this that are okay with you boundary crossing, I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. That's rough.
表の願いの成就を不可能にしてしまうこともまた一つの方策。まして今、戦場ヶ原は僕が死んだらカンバルを殺すとまで悪魔の目の前で宣誓した。知らなかったでは済まされない。レイニー・デビルにとって状況はもう完全に決定してしまったのだ。
Yeah.
なんて見透かした真似をするんだ、星野。お前は本当に悪魔なんかよりもずっととんでもないやつだよな。
カンバル、久しぶり。元気そうで何よりね。
私は戦場ヶ原先輩が好きで。
そう、私はそれほど好きじゃない。
I love Rem.
言ってくれるのかしら。いっぱい待たせてごめんなさいね。
Okay.
まったくかませ犬もいいところだった。我ながらあつらえたような3枚目を演じたものである。戦場ヶ原ひたぎがどれだけ強欲で諦めの悪い女なのかということくらい僕はとっくに知っていたはずなのに、それが本当に
I guess. When are we getting their storyline? I kind of want to know what the sister's storyline is, dude. Oh no. Oh no. Uh, was I right? Did she like quit or something? Oof. Aw. Well, cute. Well, that was cute. That was actually really, really cute. It's the best way I can put it. Um, it's awesome because there's actually like payoff and relief and everything in between in situations like this. And I think the show has definitely been growing significantly as it's progressing. I feel like there's a lot more character arcs to come, just in terms of Ararako maybe finally maturing and shit. But we'll see when that comes, man. That's probably the best